everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
We are so excited, right, ladies, to be watching
Yes, we are.
WandaVision.
Yes.
So, episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Oh.
Is that kind of what we're doing right now? Talking to this wall? Not that you guys are a wall, but how interesting. So, literal title, but fun. So when I think of breaking the fourth wall, I think Deadpool, because he always made jokes about that, and he would look right at the audience. And, of course, you guys know what that means. We were talking about that during setup. And breaking the fourth wall means, like, interacting with the audience. Like, when you're watching a show, this is the invisible wall. The audience is the invisible wall. I guess maybe even the production team, like, stuff the actors are not aware of because they're acting, being a character on set. So interesting. I think this is going to be very literal to
So we'll be
Wanda.
like in the third person.
Yes.
We'll be the fly on the wall. They'll
That's
just tell
right.
us little secrets here and there.
Little secrets. I wonder. So
Just
the
talk
hex
to us.
is a lot bigger now. So there's more than
Sure
4
is.
sides
Wow,
to a
tremendously.
hexagon,
It's
right?
like,
Yeah. 6.
Yeah. So is she going to come out and interact more with SWORD, threaten them more? Fourth wall, meaning that because she took over so much more area, that the people that were watching, like looking in, are now part of her
Like Darcy.
world.
Yeah,
Like
right.
Darcy. I like the thumbnail of Wanda just looking at us like this. It's like, oh, okay, she's talking directly
Yes.
to us, it looks like.
Yeah, that's right.
So, very cool. Okay. So, I'm really enjoying the series. Really. I mean, it was cool in the beginning,
good.
very different, unique, and now it's getting really serious. Vision, I want to see what else he can do. I mean, it sucks that he's stuck in this world. It's cool that he is alive, but he can't leave that world. And last time I was debating that Wanda actually expanded the hex out of spite to save Vision for sure, but then to go even beyond that out of spite to go after SWORD for pushing their limits after she threatened them to leave her alone in her world alone.
Yeah.
But now I'm wondering if she just did it, again, I know she did it for Vision, but I wonder if she doesn't or can't control how far it can go out. You know, like she just doesn't know exactly where he is because she even had to ask her son to
Yeah, it's
focus.
just like she
and-
just
right,
grabbed
yes.
an area until
Yeah.
she can see, until she can, know where he is.
Yeah, because when she was
get him.
asking Billy, she goes, okay, you got to focus. And she couldn't detect where he was. So I guess at that point in panic, she probably just said, okay.
Yeah,
I
just
need
took
a
that
huge
whole
area.
neighborhood. That neighborhood was already very unusual, and that's why Vision went over there. He's just like, I'm just going to go be the neighborhood watch. And everyone was quite different. They were just going through the motions, very upset. They didn't want, you can just tell the people there were like under deep control.
Yeah. And it was sad because it looks like, I'm guessing that they're probably dying or going brain dead, because when he went to the outskirts, it was beyond just being statues. There were no emotions. It was like they were frozen. And even Agnes was going a little crazy. So I'm
gonna
still
say
kind
yes
of
in the car.
suspicious, with her, because like she's always with them. She's always there to help even before they even ask for it. When they're suddenly surprised about something like the dog, she's already there with the doghouse, and the kids, like, not even worried about them aging up at all. So I still feel like maybe she's messing with them, because when she was under the control like everyone else before and Vision had to snap her out of it, I was like, oh wow, so maybe that theory is out the window, that she is out of control like the other civilians there. But I don't know, I feel like she has more of a part, like maybe her being on the outskirts, because she's always with Wanda, and for her to be away from her, I was kind of like, okay, well, that's different. So maybe she was out on the outskirts to have Vision talk to her to kind of entice him to go through the barrier.
That's a good
I don't
theory.
know. Just
That is a good
overthinking.
theory. And it could be Hayward trying to get to this section, and she was trying to do something about it, trying to help control that neighborhood. Maybe Hayward, because his team was right there at that side.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
And going back to Quicksilver too, because Wanda was really thrown off by that, and talking to Vision when they were arguing and saying, like, I didn't do that, and he kind of just put his head down and didn't believe her. I believe her. I don't think she, of course, like, she wanted Vision to be alive. I know she's going through a lot, but I don't think she did the same thing with Quicksilver, especially with his face being different. So I wonder if that was something that Hayward somehow did, or if maybe Quicksilver, that person, is the one in control of this world somehow, in some way, and maybe in cahoots with Agnes.
Maybe he's asking her a lot of tough questions, and she's not
challenging her, like actual realistic kind of conflicting questions with her reality that she doesn't like, to the point where she even attacked him at the end when she was panicking about Vision. So I feel like we know he's not a normal resident of Westview, and him questioning things and he's very confident about his questions and stuff. He doesn't get nervous or act like in a dream state or something when he starts talking about reality.
Yes,
so.
And he's very much in character. X-Men. Yes.
I love the humor in it. I like his character in this because it really cracks me up on how much of a goofball he is, and he surprises Wanda, messes with the kids. What
a great uncle he was.
I know, and the Vision's like, hey, go with kids, and it's like they're drinking beer, but it's soda or something. I'm just laughing. That was funny as heck. But anywho, shall we get into this one, breaking the fourth wall?
Yes, let's do it.
I'm excited. I love the show.
Look, we've all been there, right? Intentionally expanding the borders of the false world we created.
Making it funny.
Whoa.
Oh, did Mommy do that?
He's gonna...
Oh, is it going backwards?
What the heck? Whoa.
Oh, no.
My head feels weird. It's like really noisy. I don't like it.
Resting. As punishment for my reckless evening, I plan on taking a quarantine-style staycation.
Looks different from
wild night last night, huh?
I guess so.
Ooh. No powers, though. Ooh. Everything's glitching.
Westview Dairy.
The clowns on the
missing. Who's missing? It's going from different decades.
It's probably just a case of the Mondays. Am I right?
Am I right?
That's right, guys.
Zap. Yep.
Yes.
What's happening with the broadcast?
Dead air.
Make sure the team has everything they need. We launched today.
Oh, massive.
Oh, I see.
At least you're already in makeup. You're late for rehearsal with the escape artist.
The escape artist,
Darcy.
No. Oh my God, Darcy.
Can I help you, Creeper?
You don't remember me from last night? We locked eyes.
Hard pass.
Okay.
No, wait.
Last night, Uncle P said that thing about re-killing Dad.
Here's the thing, boys.
Explain.
Whoa.
Everything is meaningless.
That's great to tell you.
Oh my goodness. Why it's confusing.
Okay, so maybe I went a little too dark there.
Yes. You should be talking to an adult.
Oh God.
I'd get up, but I just don't want to.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
She was one split end away from cutting her own bangs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
Let me give your mom
nervous.
some me time.
Go with Agnes.
I promise I won't bite.
Much.
I actually did bite.
She looked at
Much.
I'm fine.
convince herself.
Oh my goodness, she's crying.
Not good.
Hayward wasn't decommissioning Visions. He was trying to bring him back online.
Hayward wants his sentient weapon back.
I was going to
Don't
say.
listen to Wanda.
Because he was always afraid about being used as a weapon.
Major Goodner, Captain Rambo. This is Agent Wu. Nice to meet you. Let me show you what we brought you.
Oh, my word.
Oh, wow.
It's Dorothy.
Whoa, look at that.
Cool.
Looks like it's indestructible.
Fine, I'll go out with you, but I'm ordering the lobster.
Guys, here it goes.
Oh no, look! Part of me secretly wanted a guest spot on the show, but seriously, that sucked.
Look, what is your name? Your real name?
Oh, Should we take this convo on the road?
Excellent.
She's not going anywhere.
The even sound effect, that was funny.
Wow. Yes, she is.
Aha! Let's roll.
Great.
Oh
Like
my
Daisy.
God. Oh,
I wonder Vision like messing around there.
yeah. Oh,
Because making things worse.
yeah.
I don't understand what's happening. Why it's all falling apart.
Do you think maybe this is what you deserve?
Who's talking?
What?
Do you just want to be left alone? Ask your doctor about Nexus. Because the world doesn't revolve around you. Or does it?
Or does it?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, right?
You're quiet, Agnes. On the inside.
Is she the only one?
So he knows she's like stable.
Your mom can do anything. You try telling a 10-year-old that his mother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
We never see her husband either.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's our last shot, Jimmy.
That's insane.
Godspeed, Captain.
She's gonna sail right through, unharmed.
I don't know about that.
She's brave.
Yeah, she is.
Going that fast,
Oh,
too.
boy. I don't
Not a
know.
wall. It is.
I had a feeling.
Be
Ooh,
careful.
I had a feeling. Ooh.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh
whoa.
my God, it's flipping over. Ooh. Oh,
It's that powerful.
no,
can't get out
my
now.
God. Whoa.
Man. That sucks. Ooh, I hope it doesn't fall on her. Back. Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna
Oh,
go
it went
back.
up. Whoa.
Watch out, watch out.
Watch out,
Wow.
guys.
Wow. Oh, yeah. She's gonna.
I would have brought the helmet.
Oh.
You would have thought she would have kept it on.
Oh my God.
That's dangerous.
Oh.
Is she getting superpowers?
Yeah, look at
It looks
her
like it.
eyes. Look at her eyes.
And she's the same.
Oh yeah. look at
Whoa,
the
she
eyes.
absorbed it, maybe?
Whoa.
Cool. And then the music.
Oh, God, Daddy.
I think that
Oh, gosh.
Wanda
Just
is
him sitting in the
creating
chair.
these impediments.
Oh my. Oh God.
So she's like subconsciously doing this?
But my corporal form was born of Ultron's plan for global genocide. What am I now?
How do you get the Infinity Stone?
Honestly, I'm a STEM type of lady, so I thought she just... What I do know is I've been watching WandaVision for the past week, and the love you two have is real.
It's good that she said that. I feel like that's going to be a
Yeah.
big challenge later.
Hayward was trying to bring him down. Talk to me about that.
Oh boy.
Maybe she'll do something back, though.
Well, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, see, she's going to be able to
Oh,
retaliate.
yes.
Oh, oh.
She's going to intervene.
She's not liking this.
Wanda,
Young
you have
lady, I think you overstayed your welcome.
Yeah, she totally has.
Protect her.
Yeah, she's
to... This
definitely.
doesn't concern you, Wanda.
Oh, but it does.
Oh yes, eh?
I wonder if she's in control then.
Yeah, seems like she is.
Then more?
Trying to stall more.
Oh God.
It's going to keep on happening.
Yeah, I can find. Yes,
How
it
many
is.
kids?
This is absurd. I need to get my wife.
Oh God. Oh.
Where are the twins?
Yeah,
As much money she has. What about that?
They're probably just playing in the basement.
in the basement.
Oh,
It's going to be creepy as heck. It's like Breaking Bad.
oh my God. Yeah.
Enter Stranger Things.
Wow. Yeah.
Tommy?
So she probably did that on purpose. To have her go in.
Yeah.
You're in hell.
You didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you?
See?
Oh. Oh, what's it?
Oh man. Well, we knew she was controlling a lot.
Oh gosh.
All along.
All along. Oh, gosh.
See, I wondered. Okay.
And I killed Sparky, too.
Ooh, a few fans are commenting that they thought that might be. That's how it ends? Oh my god! That was so bad!
Gosh.
That was a great theme song for her, though. Like, how literal, just to be like, in your face, it was me all along.
Wow.
And what did she do with the kids?
Crazy. Yeah. What did she do with the kids? I thought they were going to be tied up in
that.
there or something. Then she was going to threaten Wanda and be like, you better behave and just act like everything's normal. So we were right. So we were kind of suspicious of Agnes.
Yes.
And it threw us off when she was actually like everyone else glitching and like a statue almost.
Right. We thought it was the location of why it changed her.
That's right.
Yeah.
She was just pretending.
She was just pretending. Right. And I wonder if you're in there longer, if you start to go brain dead or something. But yeah, she was just playing it up because she was always with Wanda throughout everything. So for her to be on the outskirts of town, like we said earlier, just for Vision to find her was like she did that on purpose to test Vision or something.
You know, make him play, well, she was playing along with him, you know, and letting him bring her back to, you know, present time. And she was just allowing him to do all that. So
that's for sure.
That's pretty powerful.
But why though? You know, like why would she do that?
Exactly. Why is she doing everything?
So one thing is, I think now that she's probably doing that to make her seem more normal to Vision, because Vision was questioning her to Wanda about like, oh look, she always shows up right when we need her, right before right before we even know what's real. But ooh, look, there's a cutscene. I'm glad I played it. Yay! Okay,
yay.
So let's watch this too. Gonna rewind. See, this is why it's so important to watch ending credits. I let them roll in the background. We do a review because I'm like, oh crap, there is a cutscene. So let's watch that.
Oh, basement. She's already down there.
The sun's down there.
She's like, come on in.
Ooh. No, I want to know more. It's like we didn't see him all episode. I had a theory before because we already thought Agnes was in on it, and then it threw us off when she was brainwashed or whatever, and Vision had to wake her up, which, like I was saying before, I think now she did that to make Vision think that she is part of the whole
not
thing.
even
Like not even part, like not in control, not to suspect anything. But I also said that maybe Quicksilver's in on it as well, because for him to challenge Wanda all the time, it's not even just being a goofball. He kept questioning, oh, your dead husband can't die twice or something.
Yeah, and about
like
parents.
that's a lot to say. Yeah. So he was really messing with her. So I feel like he might be in charge too. We never saw Agnes's husband. Not that he is her husband, but I was kind of thinking that because I know that Wanda physically took Vision's body to be in there, but this brother, this Pietro, is a different actor. It's a different person. He's been recasted. Love him from X-Men. You know, good for us, you know, for a crossover here. But why did that happen? I don't think they got his actual dead body, because why does he look different? So I'm kind of wondering, far-fetched idea, if that is Agnes's husband, because we always hear about her husband, but we never ever see him.
It could very well be because she controlled him knocking on her door. She controlled him
like having a drink in the yard. And everyone is a physical form. No one's just fabricated. I mean, I don't think so, because there's a bunch of kids, like more and more kids, I feel like every time, because we had a lot of Halloween type kids, like, you know, like teenagers, like 12, younger, however many, like what age group do you start going trick-or-treating? I mean, any age really, but we had a lot of like preteens and teenagers trick-or-treating, and then now in this one we see a bunch of very little toddlers like walking across the road trying to procrastinate or trying to stall Darcy and Vision from crossing the street.
Right, more and more kids and trying to do anything to stall him.
Yeah. That's right. So that had to be Agnes.
And her kids are gone. Yeah, it had to have been. She was stalling. She didn't want Vision to come.
Because we saw in the past with A Friendly Neighbor where when she starts to get distraught, people come up to her and say, do you need me to change anything? Are you okay, Wanda? And then she's like, no, I'm fine. So it's almost like, I'm going to say like a virus, you know, where it infects you, but then they'll do anything to protect the host because the host is unstable now. So I felt like Agnes was also starting to protect Wanda because of that reason, because Wanda felt threatened, so everyone else felt threatened. But she was the only one really stepping out of character, like trying to defend and being like, okay, you got to leave. So that was very interesting to see. And I don't know, I just love how Agnes is in control. And I know she's part of the comics because we are caught up with WandaVision. We watch on the Friday it comes out. It shows up on Patreon first. If you want to see the next episode, it will be available there shortly before we watch the next episode. Sometime sooner than not, depending on when we can get to editing it. Anywho, so I do read what you guys have to say. And some were saying that they think she might be part of something, but I wasn't quite sure what. I didn't want to get too involved in it because I wanted to be surprised, but I heard that she could be a witch, and that's what a few theories were. Wow. So I was like, oh, okay, so I wonder if she actually is that, or are they going to change her up?
Yeah, and it makes sense if she was from the comics. I mean, we didn't freak out because we didn't recognize her from the movies.
Yeah.
So,
which is fine, you know, like it's still fun to watch.
It's great. I mean, people that, you know, read the comics are probably going, oh my God, we knew it, you know.
I think that's so cool too, because they like put so much thought into this for the fans. Like they have so many Easter eggs in this, which I'm sure everyone goes crazy over. And we love the MCU, but we never read the comics. So, you know, we're getting all this information for the first time. And yeah, so she's a powerful witch. Why is she doing this to Wanda? Like, what's the purpose of that?
And also, what does she do with Billy and Tommy, too?
Yeah,
Agnes,
we don't know.
You know? Yeah.
So they seem like powerful kids. I know they're true kids of Wanda. It still weirds me out, though, because was she pregnant before all this happened? Yeah. I don't think she just fabricated them. They seem to have both parents' powers to a certain extent. I think Thomas with the super speed, it doesn't make sense with Quicksilver, but reality is altered in this, and Wanda can make things happen. So maybe he just has a power, and she kind of manipulated it, or he did because he has like Wanda's powers or something, into super speed because he loved his uncle so much. And then, you know, Billy is just more like Vision. So I'm wondering if she has them contained because they're getting too powerful, because they can age themselves and also manipulate things, it seems like. And I'm shocked that Agnes killed the freaking dog.
Yes.
What is the purpose of that?
Yeah.
When she came out of the bushes with the dog and just like, too bad, you know, she didn't really have, you know, wasn't really sad about it. It was just a matter of fact kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, because it just seemed too sterile. It wasn't like a true emotional kind of moment. Mm-hmm. You know, when you find your friend's dog dead in front of the kids, you're saying, oh, yeah.
And you only have the dog. I mean, everything happens super fast, but you only have the dog a day, not even a day. It's like, oh, and like ate my plant or whatever and died, and like so fast, and was in her bush. It was kind of like, okay, but what was the purpose of killing the dog? And then she was almost enticing Wanda to use her powers to bring it back. Like, so I think she's curious about bringing people back from the dead. So maybe her husband's dead, actually, and she really wants to bring him back, because killing the dog, and then the kids are like, oh, can you just bring him back, like you know, like before or something, and then you can do that, right? And then she's like, oh, wow, you can do that? Like, I remember her questioning, like, oh, wow, like she already knew that, but she's trying to push it, and then Vision comes in when Wanda said you can't bring people back from the dead, or creatures or whatever, living things back from the dead. So now that Vision has been there, like I think Agnes maybe went like, ooh, yeah, like you can do that. So I wonder if Agnes was in control of this from the start, or maybe it started off with just Wanda, and then Agnes was like, holy crap, she brought back Vision. Like maybe she can do something else for me, and then got involved. I don't know.
Perhaps, or she started this all along, and she's just trying to make Wanda happy and make her stable, and let Wanda just go through her alternate reality for a while. And now she's like, okay, now I'm going to mold her. Now I'm going to help her with her kids. I'm going to help her with her relationship. Now she's having a mental breakdown. Oh, I'm going to be the good friend and help her. And now she has her in her clutches. So
I wonder why. So maybe to make her trust her more, so that way she can use her or team up with her for a bigger purpose of something. I don't know what it could be.
She must be stronger than her. She must know her powers, and she must be stronger than her.
Yeah, maybe they
let
both
her go down there. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Wanda not in control.
Now.
What's that?
Monica's there now. I said,
yes.
Monica's there now.
Monica, yes.
She
Yeah.
might save the day. Who knows?
I think it's so cool because, again, on some of the comments before, I was reading that Monica is a superhuman of some kind in the comics, so they weren't sure how that was going to happen in this. So we started guessing that, okay, well, maybe her going through the hex a few times, and Darcy kept saying, okay, well, your DNA keeps changing every time,
Yes.
and it's bad. And it's sad, too, because her mother died of cancer.
Yes,
So
wow.
she might have that in her already. Who knows? But that could accelerate it or something, or just a different kind of cancer. It could destroy something in her body, everything in her body, who knows? So for her to be that brave and push through like that, so that was the deciding factor, like her pushing through.
Or it can eliminate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think
that's right.
that like going through that wall of the hex actually pushed and upgraded her, right? Like, because it was changing her
Oh
DNA.
yeah,
think
her
so,
eyes
definitely. You
changed
saw those
immediately.
That
eyes.
was cool.
Yeah,
So
I
now
saw
she
the
can
eyes.
see. So it was almost like it was fated, because even Monica was saying that you want me here, even though you don't realize it, Wanda. You have been protecting me. You haven't been hurting me. Like, yes, you feel threatened because you don't want this world to change, but it was almost like Wanda was subconsciously like calling out to her for help. Because she allowed her to come in no problem before, and when she expelled her from the world, she still kept her safe, like throwing her through walls and
That's
stuff,
right,
and as
yeah.
fast as she was going. Like, she could have broke her back, neck, like so many things could have gone wrong there, but she protected her all the way through. Now for her to absorb this power, it's like she became the protector, of course, to help Wanda. So I'm kind of like, that's awesome. So she doesn't even know what she can do yet. We don't even know what Monica can do, but she actually
That's right.
withstood Wanda doing that and was like, epic hero
Yeah, and
Randy.
hopefully
Oh,
she
yeah.
can withstand whatever Agnes is
Yes.
going to throw her way.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited now. So
Yeah.
hopefully Monica will be
Wow, that's
okay. Hopefully her DNA now is stable or something, and she has a good
Hopefully
upgrade.
it-
and-
So, yeah.
Hopefully she can hook up with Darcy in that
Yeah.
damn intersection.
Definitely, yeah. That
I'm
would be good
glad
after-
Vision got Darcy right back to normal right away, because we knew he could do
Yeah.
that, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be a constant thing where he just wasn't going to like touch her forehead and be like, oh, come on, convince. I'm like, come on, don't make it a whole like joke. I want to see her come back and then do stuff, like make the story
yeah.
happen. And but yeah, so that worked out, and it was still like funny with the humor, the circus. She punches the guy, and you hear like the clown noises, and I thought that was going to disrupt Wanda even more, because once things start not going by the script per se, that things will start glitching more on her end, because it could be just a coincidence. We already saw things glitching in her house, but once Vision and Darcy took off, and that one clown guy, like that one guy was like, performer was yelling at them to get, go and be on for their performance, that's when she started glitching even more. So I wonder if them not doing what they were supposed to be doing kind of freaked out more stuff.
I'm thinking the guy, the acrobat that wanted them to go to perform, he had a big S on there, maybe for SWORD. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
And it,
yeah.
and it
I can
might
see
have
that.
been for Agnes just to detain them there at the circus instead of, she probably didn't realize that he was going to think of getting the funnel cake truck and take off.
Yes.
So they were trying to keep her there to do this escape artist thing and have Vision somehow, be part of this and just keep them there. I didn't realize that he was going to take off with Darcy. And they had to think of something else to
Yeah.
detain them.
Yeah. So I'm assuming at this point that's more Agnes is doing than Wanda's.
Yes, definitely.
And it was funny still because it was meant to be as a show. I don't know what show that was trying to resemble. I'm not quite sure because I didn't watch
I'm
a whole
not
lot of
sure
shows
either.
growing up.
I'm not
But
either.
I like how every decade it's crazy on the sets and even the house, how it's very similar but different. The stair style is different, but it's like in the same location. The idea of the living room, the dining area is the same
I wasn't
spots.
familiar with that.
But I like how we had funny moments of laughing and you're kind of like, okay, mom in the 90s or something. And not that all moms are like that, but you watch shows where it's like, well, okay, not that she was having cocktails or anything, but not showcase mom or something, like you would see in
Yes,
the older
it was
shows
like,
you were watching.
it was almost like similar to a mom having a hangover and just, it's going to be
That's right.
mommy day,
Yeah,
It's just-
kind of like that.
right, yeah.
And she was unraveling, so it was sad. So it was supposed to be funny, but at the same time, it was sad actually seeing, honestly, that she is going a bit crazy and that she's not in control of what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And when the boys went over to Agnes's place, Billy, he said he liked it at Agnes's place because it was quiet. His mind was quiet, whereas Wanda, he was probably feeding off of what she was in her mind going just all over the place. and it was just so busy in his mind. Going to Agnes's, he was much, he's like, I like it here. It's very quiet. You're quiet.
Yeah, that was a
I'm
signal.
I'm wondering too if she was controlling how he was feeling, or if it was a true like stasis. Oh, I feel happy here. This is more of a normal situation.
Didn't he say his head was hurting before that?
Yes, because he heard all the voices
yes.
and stuff when he wasn't there.
Yep.
So because he heard all the voices, so we know that the people that are controlled by Agnes and Wanda, or just Agnes, are screaming out for help. And Agnes is not. Right. So I think that's what all the inner voices are. They're the actual people that are buried inside their controlled selves. So they're calling, help, help, help. And he's probably hearing people screaming and just getting tortured. And save me, save me.
Too much for him.
Yeah, so he can't deal with that. And then Agnes doesn't have that because she's in control to a certain extent or all the way through. So that's where I was like, oh, okay, so she's not asking for help. So that whole scene again, when she played that up with Vision and acted like, oh, are you an Avenger? Oh, but you're dead. Ah ha ha. And started going crazy, totally messing with him. And that was great for the theme song at the end where she's like checking herself in the mirror, like winking at us and then continuing on, like all this time passed when he was talking to her. So that was great. So
it was me.
Very well done. It's very unique. So many questions again. And I said this theory before, and basic, but right to the point. I'm hoping Vision can stay himself, this new self. I know he's not the same person anymore. Hayward, I guess, had him rebuilt for weapon purposes, which is not good. He's like more than a nuclear weapon. I mean, that was against his wishes. He even told Wanda he didn't want that. I mean, she went against his will there too, but Hayward wanted that. I want to know what his purpose is. Like, why does he want that?
Maybe he knows about Agnes and the true threat.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He might. You know
he
what?
Needs Vision against her.
Maybe he's working with her too. Maybe he's the husband. I'm like, someone has to be the husband. We haven't seen the husband yet.
There's got to be the husband. It's got to be either Pietro. It could be Hayward.
Yeah.
Trying to break it down.
Just keep on guessing, Like, I really want to know. But I love how Vision now is not controlled fully by her. Like, yes, he is. He can't survive outside the Hex. But I am happy that he can actually connect and, he has his memory always with him. He doesn't reset or anything.
That's right, yeah.
He can help other people open up, like Darcy. So hopefully he can start going around town and like opening people's minds back up and help them, kind of, I don't know if it's going to degrade them more because they have to be, like their minds have to be controlled to be alive in this world, or will they degrade faster being themselves? But my theory last time, sorry for my tangent, was that I wonder if Vision does survive this somehow, that maybe the only way he can is if he becomes part of the Hex, or the Hex is inside him, because he even has the Infinity Stone, and that was destroyed. Thanos destroyed that, but yet in this world she alters reality, or Agnes is altering reality. How'd that happen where they got that back? They were trying to bring back his body, which I like, makes more sense than him just being all kinds of parts. He was dead. There was like no way that they were trying to bring him back for Wanda just to like piece him back together and be like, hey, look, my reality, I'm so like I have these major superpowers that can easily bring him back. Was kind of like hard to believe. I mean, like, yes, we see the reality thing, but for SWORD or whoever, like building Vision back up because he's such a complicated android, I think that makes more sense. And then she does the final, which is huge thing to actually bring him back somehow without an Infinity Stone, or made her own Infinity Stone. I have no clue, but it's interesting.
It is. It's very interesting, and you can definitely tell that she's not in control anymore in this episode.
Yeah,
she's just like, I don't know where your father is. That's okay. I'm not in control of where he can be. Or something.
Yeah, and that's what made me sad too, because it was like, wow, you don't talk to your kids like that, and they're smart kids though. But she is unraveling, and I felt like she was helpless, and
she's just trying to talk herself out of like everything is fine, but she's just talking out loud, and it's not healthy for the kids to see this. And
maybe
good old Aunt Agnes grabbed the gobbled up the kids.
I know. So I wonder too if she's worried about it, because maybe Wanda, again throwing an idea out there, that Wanda is a lot more powerful than Agnes, so Agnes is just trying to keep her happy and be her best friend for that reason. And maybe the kids now, because they're so smart and realize that something weird's going on, that they'll step up and defend Wanda, and maybe even Vision will, and somehow they can take out Agnes. But Curious, I don't know,
Yeah, it
because if
is.
the hex goes bye-bye, I'm just afraid Vision's going to be gone too, but he doesn't want to be around as a weapon, so we'll
Right.
find
That's
out.
true,
Yeah,
yes. Oh,
very
Yeah,
good
Darcy
series.
told him some of his history, so
yes,
Yeah.
she sure did.
And he's taking it in pretty
good.
well.
yes.
Yeah.
I love his superpowers because we know what he can do. I mean, to what we've seen, but we don't know like how much more power he has. But when he just goes through things, I'm like, yep. He like
Yeah.
just flies out of the van, no problem, and he walks
That's
like
right.
couches and stuff, and the shows
Yeah.
that we've seen. And so he's super
geez.
powerful. He can fly really fast, and so it's just crazy to like be reminded of that every time. And just his makeup in general, like, oh yeah, okay, you're one of the performers because he has that like maroon
my
colored
gosh,
skin,
that's right.
and I love his design so much and how vibrant it is. And he
That's right.
clashes with everything. I mean, I love his suit now because it's more realistic than that
Yeah.
costume one he wore that was from the comics last time. Because that one clashed like crazy. And another thing I noticed too last episode was when he was in his old costume, the bright yellow and green one,
Yeah.
his makeup, his actual skin color was even more like a pinkish, like dark maroon color. It was like even
Yes.
more crazy in her face, and it looked more like makeup. So that was on purpose, of course. But
Right, for the spectacular.
yes, spectacular. And
That's
in
right.
normal reality, he has the more not flesh tone, but it's definitely more subtle. I mean, it's maroon, but it's kind of a mix of like a maroon flesh tone, so it's not as still bright,
Yeah,
but
it's
not
more of
as
a
crazy. If
natural.
you compare the costume he was wearing when he was dressed up to how he really looks, then it's
Yeah, I agree.
That's right.
it's
yeah.
a very different tone.
And they're
Definitely.
keeping him as himself, which is perfect in the circus reality, because before, like in the first 3 episodes, he was always changing. When he went out to the neighborhood, he was always
Oh, that's
changing
right,
to
yeah.
adapt to everyone else.
Yeah.
But now he's just like, here I am, and no one's saying anything. So things are really ramping up.
Yeah, because now
yeah.
that he's breaking free a bit and he's not as in control, or he's not as controlled as he was, now I guess they're manipulating the reality to work with that.
Yes.
So that way he
wow,
still
yeah.
gets distracted or whatever. So interesting. Yeah, can't wait to watch more. We're
Yes,
going to
it
keep on talking about it.
It really
so
is.
please
It's
leave your
genius.
theories below because we get excited about that and we will see what happens. So thank you
Yeah,
guys
we'll
so
see.
much for watching. Please subscribe and we'll see you very soon as always. Remember to check out our Patreon. That's
That's
earlier
right.
than our YouTube. You can
That's
check out
right.
videos early.
Bye-bye. Yes,
Subscribe. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Whatever it takes, guys. Whatever it
Whatever
takes.
it takes.